do you think that the whole idea that older women tend to enjoy sex more, do you think that that's a correct, way that people think, or is that something that you think the adult industry kind of accentuated for the sake of selling a product?
I have I have a small circle of friends, always have. But the girlfriends that I've had for a really long time, and maybe we all started at the strip club. I've got one who's 10 years my senior. I've got one who's very famous, who performs here on the strip with her own burlesque show, and she's like my age. So I'm going to remove it from the adult industry and give you and the viewers out there a perspective from like a normal girl.
Yeah.
Okay. As normal as
Yeah. No. I know what you mean. Yeah.
As I think what happens is that unless the world has beaten you to a pulp, and even if it has, and you find that you get back up on your feet and you dust off the insults and you dust off the comparing yourself to other people, what happens is you get older and you start to kind of go, like, that doesn't really flippin' matter to me anymore, what other people think. And you know what? I know what I like, and now I'm going to speak up, and so like if you want it, you're not going to be timid and shy about it. And you tend to become, I think most women, not all, but I think most women naturally, as you get older, if you survive that long, the longer you survive this world, the more alpha you become.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's even a cultural thing. I think that even, in dynamics in families or in cultures where the women tend to stay in the house, there's the older woman is the woman who's like in charge.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, and if she's not taking charge, the whole thing falls apart and the men have nothing to come home to eat, So I think it's just a natural progression for an older woman to be more like, I like this, or I want this, or I don't want this. And that does extend into sex.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I also heard, I think biologically, I don't know if it's women start to produce a little more testosterone as they get older too. And I think that might increase naturally their libido.
Listen, buddy, I'm way past that phase.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm 4 years past any production of any hormones.
Okay.
So this is something my mother told me because I asked her before I went through the change in 2020. It was an amazing year.
Okay.
Anyways, I asked her, 'cause she's quite a bit older. I was like, Mom, what about sex? What happens? And she's not like really super like into what I do. She doesn't, it's just, but like we've always been able to have like an open mom to daughter discussion about at least these things. And she's like, it's not so much physical anymore as it is like a mental thing. It's not like you're driven by this urge. And that is very much the hormones. It really is. Because I can tell you the drop and going to nothing, like it's mental.
Okay.
If I were left alone and I had nothing else to do, if you gave me a piano or a vibrator, I'd probably be on the piano most of the time.
Okay.
But because, what I do, 1, 2, if you have an intimate partner, you want to have that. It's more up here. And my body knows what it's doing. I mean, obviously, I've done this for 15 years. And before that, I was, when my hormones were raging, I was a raging maniac too, as evidenced by the choices I made in my career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I was just curious, because I don't know in terms of, like, I don't know if there's again, with the physical change, how much.
I did hit a peak before I started to head towards the end of, the egg supply.
Okay.
The the menstruation.
So
there was a point where I was like, for sure.
Well, I mean, is it more difficult now then to be aroused, or is it just like, it's just different now how it happens?
I'm not distracted by it.
Okay.
And I would say honestly, and I am older, so I'm just going to speak it because I feel like my Generation X, is doing a lot of younger women favors out there because we're starting to talk about this. The one thing I would say that's other than the bodily changes is more like, I got to use some estrogen cream down there, or no matter what I do, it's like, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it changes. So just,
Okay.
as you get older, I just like the men sometimes need to supplement with
Yeah,
testosterone.
yeah.
Us women need to do a couple things. But
Mhm.
I mean, I love being a sexual person. I'm
Mhm.
just not driven mad by it. Do I have erotic fantasies still? Yes. Do I want intimacy still? Yes. Do I still have orgasms? Absolutely, multiples.
Okay.
I just wouldn't do something stupid
Okay. So
in order to.
So in a way, it's nice because it's you've kept the good things about being sexual and kind of gotten rid of the potentially more reckless things.
Absolutely. And also it's given my brain more freedom to like explore other topics of, creativity because I'm a very creative person.
Mhm.
So I love it because now that I'm, working in the fashion that I am with my own platforms and owning my own content, I'm able to go, what am I going to do with my free time? I think I'm going to start a project.
Mhm.
And I'm not over in the corner going,
Yeah, you're not just, yeah. I
can't think because,
Yeah, right. Yeah. It can be, as far as I know, because when you're young, especially because, men, when we're teenagers and 20s, like that's all, we can't think about anything else.
Well, I used to be a guy's girl. Like all my life, most of my friends had been guys. And then something kind of happened and I was like, oh, most of my friends are girls now.
Mhm.
So I know men very well. And I'm not talking about before my, foray into the industry.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I love guys.
Mhm.
I love their, the goofy humor, the fart jokes, like I love guy humor,
Yeah.
You're
It's
not
a
going to
different
see me
dynamic.
watching Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
I still to this day, like I'd rather watch Family Guy,
Okay.
Monty Python,
Yeah.
So I don't go for this drama crap.
Okay.
But guys, they're driven by it and they keep making it and making it and making it. And like if your nose is full, you're not going to be able to think until you blow it.
Yeah, true. That's a good analogy.
So girls don't get so mad at the men that they biologically kind of can't help it. It's
it's something we have to deal with on a regular basis, and it doesn't stop. It'll slow down for us as we get older.
If you if you don't use it, you lose it. So a healthy man, to the end of your days, you could be making progeny.
Yes, we can. Just ask Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, who both sired
be
children in their 80s.
Multiply.
Yeah.
Yes.